Hello, my fellow citizens. In the last video, we ranked the biggest physical card games, and now we're going to rank the biggest digital card games. Let's start with the biggest of them all, Hearthstone.
The game is really fun. It has a lot of unique mechanics. The adventure mode has a lot of content.
There's no way it wouldn't be amazing since it's the most popular card game today.
And since when is popularity a quality metric? By that logic, One Piece would be the best anime ever.
One Piece is the best anime ever, asshole. And I say more, his card game is also the best in history.
We'll discuss this later. Hearthstone is one of the most expensive digital card games today, and also one of the most unbalanced. There are several absolutely OP cards and combos that serve not to make the game more fun, but just to induce players to spend more money.
Loser talk. There are several strong and cheap decks in the standard format, and the game has become much more accessible to free players these days.
It also bothers me that the game tries to trick you into spending money all the time. But considering that it has a huge amount of content, including alternative game modes like Battlegrounds, and was a huge influence on the card game genre, I won't accept that it falls below Tier A.
Tier A is fair. I just want my favorite games to be one tier higher.
So let's go to the next one on the list. Legends of Runeterra. This game sucks. It's absolutely poorly made and unbalanced.
I agree, Biden. It is clear that Riot Games made this game without the slightest affection. They just wanted to create a game that forced players to spend as much money as possible in exchange for mediocre content.
This is the easiest F tier of my life.
Are you drunk? Are you really talking about Legends of Runeterra?
Yes, exactly. Legends of Runeterra.
I've never heard anything so stupid in my life.
We're kidding you, silly. We know how much you love this game, and since you're the guy who always points out the flaws in games, we wanted to find the flaws in Legends of Runeterra.
The problem is that this game is perfect. As much as I look for faults, I just remember more of its qualities.
I have particular admiration for Riot Games. For me, it is an absolutely exemplary company in the gaming industry.
Okay, now allow me to describe what Runeterra's greatest strengths are.
No, this game is simply S tier and it's over. Let's move on to the next one.
Gwent, I loved playing this game in The Witcher 3, exploring the world looking for cards and facing increasingly stronger opponents. This is absolutely incredible.
Unfortunately, the game will stop receiving updates as it has had very little success. This is a sign that the developers made some bad decisions during its development.
Shut up, Obama. You're equating popularity with quality again.
What's the problem? If something is popular, it is a sign that it is good.
If popularity were synonymous with quality, you would not have been elected.
Loser talk.
Skill issue, no doubt.
Go to hell, you two. Gwent is a phenomenal game. I have no idea why it wasn't as successful, but it definitely wasn't because it was bad. Perhaps he was too strategically complex for the masses to appreciate.
Bullshit, your elitist talk. I think one of Gwent's biggest mistakes was abandoning some of her original mechanics in The Witcher 3, like 3-tier splitting with independent scores.
I wanted the game to be more colorful, so I'm putting it in B tier.
B tier seems fair to me.
You guys are being idiots. All cards in Gwent have their own animations, even the common ones. It has original gameplay. It is extremely generous in its rewards. Even free players have access to a huge variety of cosmetics. This game is easily S tier, at least A tier.
Your arguments are interesting, but Biden and I vote B tier, and this is a democratic system.
For me, it is unacceptable that he is below Yu-Gi-Oh! If I weren't in public, I would say I hate democracy.
Of course you hate democracy. After all, you lost to me in a democratic race, loser.
Enough about Gwent. You are not intellectually able to discuss it. The next game is Marvel Snap. The only good thing about this game is that I bet it was inspired by Gwent. Apart from that, it has a lot of anti-consumer practices. It is clearly a mobile game made for addiction and whale hunting.
You're saying that because you don't like Marvel. If the game was from DC, you'd be saying the opposite.
You just like this game because it's colorful.
Yes, do you have a problem?
Of course, yes. It's because of players like you that Marvel Snap is much more successful than Gwent. Colorful superhero games are hugely successful, even if they try to addict and murder their consumers' wallets. While games that respect their players fall by the wayside, even though they have a much higher quality.
I just noticed one thing. The effects of Marvel Snap cards have almost nothing to do with the heroes they represent. So I have to agree with Trump that using Marvel heroes was simply a marketing tool.
Hey, the game has its strong points too. The matches are varied because of the scenario system that adds new rules in each game. In addition, the snap mechanic brings much more emotion to the matches.
I think it's fair that he stays at least in the C tier. Despite everything, he has his qualities, and I had a lot of fun when I played.
Hey, time for the quick announcement. Do you like card games? This video was sponsored by an indie card game, The Four Paths. And what was I talking about? I guess it wasn't important. God bless America.